Hey everyone, welcome back if you're a subscriber. If you're not, please consider subscribing and make sure you hit that reminder for notifications so when we do new videos like this, you will get an update. So this week I'm doing things a little bit differently. I have my goal to post every Thursday and Saturday, and usually I'm doing the pick a card and dream interpretations each week. This week I'm filming the monthly horoscope for all the zodiac signs, which is a little bit time consuming. So my goal is to have that posted Saturday, and I wanted to still post something tonight, but I wasn't sure what. So I thought maybe that I could just do this little vlog thing. So yeah, I guess I wanted to share this where this new me started. Um, and this is going to cover on a topic of mental health and addiction. So if that's something you don't really want to hear about or is too triggering, don't watch this video. So I guess I'll start at the beginning of 2019. And in the beginning of 2019, I was heavily drinking, and I had been heavily drinking for quite a long time. In about March of 2019, I started to feel like I could be oncoming to a psychotic break. I started to feel like I was going crazy, like nothing around me was really making sense anymore. And I've suffered from depression my whole life, and I've always thought I was bipolar, but had never been diagnosed. So in March of last year, I was feeling really, really crazy. I thought I was hearing things, and I was just understanding life in a way that wasn't making sense. And my drinking definitely played a heavy role in that. But in March of 2019, I checked myself into the hospital in fear of harming myself. And that was the first step I have taken to wanting to live a better and healthier life. And I stayed there for 10 days, and it was really good. I learned a lot. I met a lot of really good people, the best people. Some I'm still in touch with now. And I left there, and I thought, this is it. I don't have to drink anymore. I have a diagnosis. I'm on antidepressants. I'm going to be okay. And I was for 2 months. And I tried to power through it myself. And I also thought after 2 months of my antidepressants that I was feeling better. Or, or I wasn't feeling it enough. So I stopped taking it. And I started drinking again. And in less than no time at all, I was back in the hospital again. And I didn't want to be there that time because I didn't need help. I thought I didn't need help. So I didn't want to be there. And I got nothing from it because I didn't want to be there. And I didn't put in the work, so I didn't gain anything from it. But it did save me from myself, so I am glad that I did go there then. And I got out of the hospital, and I told myself, this is the time. I'm going to stop drinking now, for real. I've been telling myself for a long time I was going to stop drinking, but this time, this is serious. I ended up in the hospital without my own choice to be there. So I'm serious this time. This time I'm done. And a couple weeks later, I wasn't back in the hospital, but I was in jail. And it was the worst. It was traumatizing and horrible. And I never want to go there again. I got out of jail. I know I was sitting in my solitary cell for almost 3 days. I got out, and while I was sitting there, I told myself, I'm never going to drink again. This is it. Like, if you just let me out, I won't drink again. Because I wasn't able to get a personal bond because of my mental health. I wasn't able to get bailed out because of my lack of funds. The people I had lost along the way of my addiction really, really alienated myself. So I got out, and the first thing I wanted to do was get a drink, but I didn't that time. And just trying to remember the timeline. But I didn't start drinking right away after that. I was court ordered to go to an outpatient facility. So 5 days a week for a few hours a day. I had to go halfway across town to go to these therapy sessions, which were very insightful and helpful, where I thought, okay, this is good. I'm going to stop drinking. And I did for the days I was there, and then I would go home on the weekend and I would drink. And 3 weeks into it, they said to me that if I didn't stop, then they were going to have to tell the court that I wasn't participating correctly in this, and then I'd probably end up back in jail. So I took it a lot more seriously. I stopped drinking, and for 2 months I was sober. And after 2 months I said, well, I'm probably not an alcoholic anymore. So I had a drink. And if you've ever battled with addiction, one is too many and 1,000's not enough. I spent the next 4 months just not there. And life was hard. It was sad. And I went back to the hospital again because life was just too hard like that. And addiction caused or brought out so much self-hatred. And I have so much left to give, and I knew that I did not want that to be my life anymore. And I went to the hospital again, and I went through something very traumatic, and I knew I had to stop again. I knew I had to quit. I really had to quit this time. I didn't right away. I was sick. I was broke. I didn't even have money for alcohol anymore at this point. And I was going through withdrawals and DTs, and I thought I was going to die. So I had to go to the hospital to get medication to prevent me from having a seizure and dying. And I left. And 2 days later, I started drinking again. And then it gets to a point of addiction where drinking's not even fun anymore. It's just it's a necessity to keep you from dying. And that's just fucking sad in itself. But of January 28th, 2020, I decided enough was enough. I've had enough this time. And this time I want to live. I choose life this time. I choose not just being alive, but to be able to thrive in it. And I got myself sober. And I can proudly say that I am 4 months sober now. And I wouldn't be doing these videos. And I wouldn't be living a life that I feel happy and courageous. I feel like me. I can hear my voice. I don't feel lost. I don't feel like I'm drowning in an ocean that I can't pull myself out of. I feel free. And I could not do that without my sobriety. And I just wanted to share a little bit of this journey with you. So if there's anyone else out there that is suffering, to know that they can do it too. And that we are all here together on this earth to help build each other up, to be good to one another. And each small act of kindness shows a great amount of love, and that passes on from one person to another. And I just want to show and share that we can make this world such a better place, such a beautiful place. Thank you for listening to this part of my story. So I just want to start sharing some of my story, and this is the start of it. And I would like to share a lot more so you can see the person behind these cards and see the human that I am too. And we can form a connection so that in these readings it could be deeper. I'll probably do this vlog once a month when I do the astrology readings. It's crazy. I feel very vulnerable sharing this information. But I do it for the same reason I do almost everything, is to help other people so that we can all heal. Because when we're all healed together, we can heal the earth. Thank you.